Oh hi. This is Joe Ross the Sixth.
Oh hi. This is the Theodd1scout.
Welcome to the third part of our four-part video series, where we look at closing and opening logos.
Starting with this part, we will also look at a couple of bumpers as well.
Before watching this video, we suggest you watch the two previous parts in chronological order, if you have not already. Now with all that out of the way, we would like to introduce our guest host, as we promised for this part.
Presenting one of the partners we've been trying to get on our channel since we started it. We would like to welcome the technician.
Oh hi, this is the technician. It is such an honor to be a guest host on this channel.
Since you are our guest host, I will give you the honor of presenting the first logo of the video.
It will be my pleasure. This is a Videorodin logo from the mid-80s to the early 2000s. Videorodin was a Venezuelan distribution company distributing Venezuelan dubs of movies such as the first Harry Potter film.
They had also distributed Venezuelan dubs of Disney movies under the name Vista. Their logo is actually decent. The music is epic enough to get one pumped up and excited for the motion picture they are about to see.
If you haven't noticed already, when the clips from various films fly by, you can see a few Looney Tunes shorts in the footage. It gives you a pretty good idea of what films they released on VHS. Now we go to our first scary logo for the video. Here we have the Program Exchange logo from 1987.
Right off the bat, we can see why this is scary for some. The way the synthesized music gets louder when the logo is formed fully is enough to get the viewer to turn off the television whenever it pops up.
What makes this especially scary was that it has used this sound since 1982 up until 1993, where they had replaced it with a nice calmer jingle. Just think about it. People have dealt with this sound for 12 years. That's exactly the same length of time that people had to deal with a Warner Home Video logo from 1985.
This version of the logo was seen on Dennis the Menace and some airings of Garfield and Friends back in the early 90s.
I could see myself using this logo's earlier jingle in a future video of mine. It sounds scary enough to fit the theme of my channel. I will, however, agree that the lighter tone on the later version of the logo is a vast improvement.
This next logo is Cineplex Odeon Films from 1986. Cineplex Odeon was a Canadian theatre chain who have formed film and home media branches in the mid-80s and late 90s.
This logo can be seen on VHS releases of the films they have previously shown exclusively to their theaters.
Some nostalgia critic fans may remember this logo being seen at the beginning of the Care Bears Adventure in Wonderland.
We do not personally have an opinion on whether this logo is scary or not. We just think it is okay. I personally think Dost should use this sound for his next logo. This next logo is the surround sound logo seen on most Sony Pictures VHS tapes. It might give a jump, but it is not as scary compared to the DTS logo from 1993.
This was common to see on most Sony VHS tapes up until 2006. Not much else to say, except that I did not know it was from Sony Pictures. This is the Pee-wee Pictures logo used for every piece of Pee-wee Herman media. It really fits with the Pee-wee Herman aesthetic, and will forever be missed due to Paul Rubens' passing.
Joe Ross Productions saw this logo many times when he watched seasons 1 and 2 of Pee-wee's Playhouse on DVD and watching the remaining seasons, including the Christmas special when the series was made free to watch as of recent times.
Fox Kids, Fox Kids, Fox Kids, Fox Kids.
This is the Fox Kids logo from 1999.
This was common to see on any Fox Kids TV program back in the day.
Fox Kids would eventually fold into the Jetix brand in some areas and would be replaced by Fox Box, better known as 4Kids.
This logo is not scary, but it is very repetitive.
It's not scary, but we do not recommend that you listen to this logo on loop.
We now move on to the MGM/U home video logo from 1982.
This logo was common to see on any MGM VHS tapes up until 1993, where they showed a different logo, and before that logo played, this variant of the logo showed up.
It can be considered scary because of the long period of silence and the atmosphere of the logo before it cuts to a warning screen and having the main logo pop up afterwards, which can startle some people. It's fine to view on its own, but combined with every aesthetic of a VHS tape, it could possibly make for some good horror material.
Anything VHS related makes good horror fuel. Just putting in a tape, seeing a black screen of silence and a few warnings, then the main program popping up afterward can startle some. Come to think of it, cassette tapes do the very same thing, except those tapes have no video, only audio. All this talk of horrifying logos is getting me craving for another one. What is the next one in the lineup?
Excuse us for a moment. We will be back momentarily.
Well, it's now or never.
Okay. We are back.
What the hell did I just see?
Just to give you some information about the logo, that was the PFR logo seen at the end of shows like Wonder Shows and Xavier Renegade Angel.
This feels like one of those logos you would find at the end of an Adult Swim show.
This logo was scary, but it was mostly disgusting. Though their other logo is a vast improvement, we can all agree that this logo is the most vile one we have seen so far.
Let's move on to the next logo. Hopefully it will help us get our minds off this logo. Now that is more like it. We needed that nice calm logo after what we just witnessed.
This is the Sunbow Productions logo from 1984. Sunbow was mostly known for distributing shows done by Hasbro, and later branching out and producing other shows before being purchased by Sony Wonder.
Such notable examples include My Little Pony, G.I. Joe, Transformers, Buffy O'Hare, Littlest Pet Shop, The Tick, The Mask Animated Series, and The Cramp Twins.
In 1995, Sunbow Productions was changed into Sunbow Entertainment and they made a new logo to go with it. Joe Ross Productions saw their later logo when he binge-watched Salty's Lighthouse. I like the shading effects on the text. It gives the illusion of the rising sun shining its light on the logo.
Now we move on to a few bumpers from Nickelodeon. Let's start with this Nicktoons bumper in a collection of bumpers entitled, In My Brain.
I love you.
This bumper isn't scary, but it's confusing.
This bumper as well as all the other bumpers in this lineup are strange. I get that it's meant to show what your brain on Nickelodeon would be, but it's a strange way of executing that idea.
This next bumper is infamous for being scary. We have picked a special version of this bumper that we had found on YouTube to show in this video. Here it is.
Nick at Night, 100% sitcoms, 100% unreality. Nick at Night Sitcom Rewind is brought to you by Arby's.
Yes. What you just saw was real. This bumper was used for a sign-off for Nick at Night like Tom Servo 3 had mentioned in her video.
This bumper is known to all as Pinch Face. Despite the confusing name, this bumper can be chilling, especially when it's the last thing you see before Nick at Night goes off the air. Imagine this bumper being the last thing you see before you die. Freaky.
This looks like some good analog horror material right here.
I would like to point out this detail about the bumper that isn't noticeable in the footage shown here, but can be seen in higher quality uploads of this bumper. When you see the infamous face on the screen, if you look closely you can see strings holding the eyes, the glasses, and the teeth. I actually thought they used CGI animation for this bumper, but I guess I was wrong. Now here is a nostalgic bumper that is often seen on some old Nickelodeon shows back in the early to mid-90s.
Guts was recorded in front of a live audience at Nickelodeon Studios in Orlando at Universal Studios, Florida.
Who else remembers Nickelodeon Studios in Orlando at Universal Studios, Florida?
It's a shame it has been abandoned and forgotten to time.
Yes. Even though we never grew up watching shows that were filmed in this studio, we can assure you that this would have been fun to visit when it was open.
Now here is a theater policy advertisement for Lowe's Theaters.
Lowe's Theaters welcomes you to the exciting world of the movies. Smoking is not permitted in this auditorium. It's the law. Gift certificates are available at the box office. Thanks for helping us keep the theater clean. As you exit the auditorium, please deposit litter in trash receptacles in the lobby. Please be considerate and don't talk during the show.
Thank you for coming to Lowe's. Sit back and relax. Enjoy the show.
I like the little jingle at the end. I wish more theater companies had theater policy ads like this.
Lowe's Theaters was a chain of theaters who were once known for distributing early MGM films, before they parted ways with them in 1959. As for the trailer, it was shown from 1985 up until 1994.
Fun fact, Cineplex Odeon and Lowe's Theaters had once merged to form Lowe's Cineplex Entertainment back in 1999, and it lasted up until 2005.
Wow. I never actually knew that. Now it's time to show the last logo of the video.
I will have the honor of presenting the last logo too, since I have already done the first one. This is a Videorama Stereo logo shown in the 80s and 90s. Videorama Stereo was a Colombian video distribution company that sold VHS tapes and Betamax tapes. This logo was common to see if you had owned a VHS tape from the company.
This company is completely different from a similarly named video distribution company from Germany, which is the one Tom Servo 3 mistook for this company.
This logo can be a little bit frightening, but it is pretty tame in our eyes. We have nothing else to say other than it was tricky to find a video of this logo, where the sound is actually in stereo, as shown here.
Most of the other videos of this logo have the audio come out of one audio channel, which I find irritating.
Imagine if we made all our videos where the audio came out on one audio channel.
It would be hard to watch, because one of your ears will get lonely.
And that is all for the third part of this video.
Tune in next time for the final part of our 4-part video.
Special thanks to the technician for being our honorary guest host for this video.
It was a pleasure to be part of the video. If you wish to check out my channel, click the link in the information tab. This is the technician,
Theodd1scout.
And Joe Ross the 6th.
signing off.
Hey,
Thanks,
thanks,
bye.
Bye.
And remember kids, the technician loves you.